Good morning. Welcome to Mama Soul Care. I'm so happy that you are taking this time for yourself today. So, I'm coming to you with a topic that I love today, as always. And the thing that I think is really fun about it is I feel like it is actually sprinkling into like current news, current happenings. And so, anyways, my topic for today is if you're scared to focus on your needs, where do you start? And so, where do you start? It's really hard to know. And where I go into, I have a mom component of this, but I also think that it's worth pointing out that in the Olympics, how amazing is it that we are seeing right now this play out? This whole idea of focusing on your needs and ensuring that you take care of yourself first and foremost. So, in watching the Olympics with my daughters, it's been such an amazing way to have a conversation with them of Simone Biles is like one of the most incredible athletes you could ever imagine. And she said, no, I won't compete because I need to take care of myself first. And I was having this conversation while wandering through Target with my girls yesterday, and I was like, how amazing is that we're given this opportunity to have this conversation in such an empowering way instead of being like after the fact, oh, here's what happened and here's what should have happened. It's this preventative way to support yourself. And so I love that this is happening in current times and that it's an opportunity for us to teach our kids to make this easier. So anyways, if you're scared to focus on your needs, I've 100% been in your shoes. It's really, really hard. And it's really hard to know where to start. And so, from just an idea, my idea and suggestion for you, if you find this hard to do, is to make sure that you are giving yourself that permission to focus on your needs. So, you have to make that decision and say, this is happening. I may not know what it's going to look like. I may not know what the picture looks like or how I'm going to do it, but I am going to give myself this and I'm going to take care of myself. And so I think that decision is so action oriented and so definitive that once you do that, the other pieces come into play. The answers unveil themselves. You'll see opportunities as long as you take that first really brave step to say, I need it. I need this. I need to be met somehow to fill my cup. And so I think that that is the number one piece that I would really start with is, are you being honest with yourself and saying like, this is what I need? And if it isn't, give yourself that permission. Girl, you deserve it. I assure you, you do. And so that is where I would start, is just making sure that you are like, no question about it. I deserve this and I am going to take this time for myself and I'm going to figure out how. And so then after that, I know that, oh, good morning. What beautiful little faces we have on today. I'm so excited. So the other piece, sometimes one can be, the first trap can be like, I'm not going to give myself the permission to actually fill my cup first. The second piece is like, okay, great, I decided this. What the heck do I do now? And so I've been on both sides of it. So I thought it might be helpful for you to hear from an average normal mom, how do I do that in my daily life? Because I feel like those are the times that are so important. It's very easy for me, the little perfectionist, to say, I need to do these big grand gestures, these huge things, these gigantic goals. And if I don't hit that, then it's not going to happen. And what I have really learned is the power of flipping that script. And instead of going big and thinking of these really outrageous, wonderful things that you can do, start tiny in ways that are actually doable every day. Because when you make these tiny changes, it's really incredible the impact that they'll start having because you can actually do them. And that's the thing that really changed for me, was just figuring out like, what tiny thing can I start with so that I have a foundation to build on, as opposed to starting on this mountain that I don't know how to even get to the top of. So let me give you my 3 ideas that I literally do every day. And so I started with one and maybe like 15 minutes of it, and it's built from there. So I'm going to say 3, but think of one that you want to hold on to and you might want to explore. And so my number 1 would be to wake up first. So a couple years ago, I started saying I hate waking up to my kids lurking over my head and waking me up in a panic. It's horrible. I hated it. And so I did it for like a year. And then I thought, well, what can I do to make that different? How can I change that? Because I can't change them. How can I change myself to make that work for me? And so what I did was I started waking up before them. I don't love waking up to an alarm, but I do it because to me, it's worth it to make sure that I wake up and have that time. Especially over COVID, it has been sometimes the only time in the whole day that I actually get to myself to have quiet and solitude and space to be me, whatever that is. And I hold that really near and dear. I definitely enjoy my quiet space and my time to myself. And that has become more and more sacred just in the space that we've been in. So, one idea of how to fill your cup would be to wake up first, even if it's 10 minutes. The fact that you may fill your coffee cup before anyone talks to you can be really good and feel good. And then you can grow from there. A second one is that I do move my body every single day because for me, that clears my energy. It clears my head. It clears stuff that's just hanging in me that I didn't even know was there. So that doesn't look like a hard workout every single day, but it does look like moving in some way. I might take a 20-minute walk of my dog after dinner. I might stretch. I might jump on the Peloton. Like it could be any of those things, but I make sure that I move my body every day because the days when I don't, I feel different. I don't feel as good. I don't feel just as clear and like myself. And so that is another way that I always get back to myself. And the third one is to meditate each day. And I will say this one has been a game changer. And I freaking hated it in the beginning. I did not like it. I didn't know where to start. It felt scary and hard and I didn't like it. And so there's another piece of advice to you that if that is where you're at and you don't like any idea of it, be open to exploring. Set that intention for what you're really hoping to feel and then allow like the ideas to kind of come to you because they always do. And so you somehow find a methodology that hits home for you. So I love that. So Dawn sets an intention every day while she's meditating. And I think that's amazing. Setting one intention absolutely can shift your day. So maybe it's just that. Maybe you do that intention of how you want to feel that day. I actually do that when I'm in bed. Before I even open my eyes, I'm like, how do I want to feel today? What's my focus? And in that split second, it shifts the day. And so I think that's a really powerful reminder. Thank you for sharing that. But there's breath work. There is sitting in stillness. There is guided meditations. There's tapping. There's 80 million things, tons and tons of free resources to explore. So I don't want this to be overwhelming. I want it to hopefully be empowering for you. So as you're setting this intention to focus on your needs and ensure that those are being met, a reminder of the things that I feel like are three that I really hold near and dear to me that work for me. And that is waking up first, moving my body to clear my energy, and meditating or doing breath work each day. So I hope that these have served you today. I am so thankful for each of your beautiful faces showing up here today. Thank you. And for everyone watching the replay. I appreciate you. So if you are curious too about learning more about how to create more freedom in your life, I have an amazing resource for you. Head over to my bio link. I have a 60-second mama reset, which kind of encapsulates these ideas actually. They're all three simple techniques to be able to reset your body and your mind in 60 seconds or less. I can tell you that they work because they are tried and true by me, my little people, all of us. We swear by them. So they're simple and they're actionable. You can literally try them today because there is no equipment needed. So give it a shot. Head over to my bio link, grab a copy of the 60-second Mama Reset. I promise you, you will feel better today. So thank you again for joining. I'm here every Wednesday at 11, so join me next week for Mama Soul Care. Thank you, lovely ladies.